2, 1.
Hit it.
Experience 24 hours of head-to-head AWS sessions from around the world.
Mic check, 1, 2.
Jaws PANKRATION 2021. Up till down.
Hello everyone, myself Avinash Shashikant Dalvi. You can call me Avi. I am a full stack developer and currently working as senior software engineer at Eagleview, India. I am a AWS community builder and today we are going to learn about how to host static website using AWS Amplify. So today's agenda is what is the AWS Amplify? What AWS Amplify provides? AWS Amplify support for which library? Steps to host static website on AWS Amplify. How to keep environmental variables secured using Amplify. And then we will have a short demo. So let's talk about what is the AWS Amplify. Amplify means to make something bigger, something stronger, louder, or more important. The words say itself the meaning. Before Amplify come into picture, AWS was providing static hosting using S3 bucket. Problem with the S3 was only any library installation like node module have to do it before pushing code into S3 bucket. To solve this problem and make more stronger and better solution, they come up with the Amplify console. AWS Amplify is a package of tools and services to accelerate deploying apps over AWS cloud, to make more easier installation of dependent library like node modules, and it had the built-in CLI. What AWS Amplify provides? It gives you a configuration serverless backend with authentication, storage, data, and more using initiative workflow. Connect web and mobile app to new and existing AWS resources in just few lines of code. It collaborates effortlessly in Amplify admin UI, where you can easily manage app user and content. And of course, it gives you an option to deploy and host static website, single page web app, and server-side render app in a few clicks. You can see the right-hand side of this slide, many list of features provided by Amplify, which I mentioned earlier. AWS Amplify support for iOS, Android, Web, Flutter, React Native app. For web app, there is a deep integration with React, Ionic, Angular, and Vue.js. So let's talk about step 2, host static website using AWS Amplify. In the picture, you can see you should require AWS Amplify. Then you have to connect your repository. Once you connect your repository with the GitHub, Bitbucket, or you through upload a code artifact, it will ask you for configure the build setting. Build setting will have environmental variables. And if you want to provide other information, like if you have monorepo, then specify the particular folder. Then you are done with the deploying your app on AWS Amplify. If you want to do a custom domain and custom SSL, then you can opt in for that option. So it's like AWS Amplify offer fully managed static web hosting service that can be accessed directly from AWS console. AWS Amplify static website hosting provides a complete workflow for building, deploying, and hosting single page web app or static site with a serverless backend. How to keep environment variables secured? Mostly, we always worried about there to keep environmental values if web app is going to host as a static hosting. It is not recommended to keep under Git repository. To solve this issue, Amplify provides environment console UI where we can set environmental variables. Once we set those variables, we have to do small changes in a build configuration under amplify.yml file as shown in the left side of the picture. So you can see I have highlighted the part of that where you can pass particular environmental variable as a command while building under the amplify.yml. And that can be accessed under your code. Now, let's talk about and see the demo. I have developed a simple React app which has a Bing integration and which required a passing the environmental variable which can be used using the AWS Amplify console, which I shown in earlier slide. So I have created the sample repository using the JAWS PANKRATION 2021. Here you can see the slides are there and demos are there. So let me open the demo. You can see I have created the Bing map here. The roads and aerials views can be there. So to integrate the Bing map, we require the environmental variable like a Bing map key. You can see here it accepts the process.env.react Bing map key, which is passed by the AWS Amplify console environmental variables. And it asks for the Bing map key under this one. So once you pass that AWS Amplify console environmental variable, it will be accessed here. So let's talk about how to create the website. So there is an option in AWS Amplify once you log into the AWS console to AWS Amplify, create either host web app or create a backend. We'll see the host web app option. You can see you can connect your code through the GitHub, Bitbucket, GitLab, AWS code commit, or you can deploy it without the Git provider if you have a code artifact, a repository, or GIF code ready with you. So I'll just select the GitHub. I already have authenticated with the GitHub. Once I click on the continue, it will show me the list of the repository which I can connect it. Suppose I consider the JAWS PANKRATION 2021 as a repository, then it will ask me for the which branch to use it. I have currently only main branch. If you have a different branch, you can use it like that. if you have a monorepo kind of repository, like I have, right? Like I have in a demo app as a different folder. So I can mention here as a monorepo demo hyphen app. So it will be considered as like this. Once you click on the next, it will ask for the settings to be done here. So here we can edit the settings, and you can pass here whichever the variable we wanted to pass it like this. So you can mention the variable name, suppose the being key, being underscore key can be passed here is equal to, you have to put in that whichever same name which we have done in the Bing map, and then you can save it. Once you save, it will have an advanced setting to pass the environmental variable. Here you can create that particular variable like Bing map and specify the values there. And then next and deploy that. So to save the times, I have already deployed the application. So I'll just walk through on that applications. So you can see the demo app is already live here. Okay. And it has the provision, build, deploy, and verify step. So once the provision, it will look for a build. So under the build, you can see the consoles are there. Whatever the command which we have provided here, it will be using here, and it take a load from the particular repository. And once it's built done, it will deploy and verify. Even if you done the deployment part, later also you can change the environmental variable if you want to change it here under the manage variables. Or if you want to add any other extra variable, you can add it here using these options. Here the option to remove also, add override also. And if you wish to use the custom domain setting, you can go into domain management setting, select the add domain settings, whichever the extra domain you have to use it. Click on the configure domain. If you don't want to use the existing domain, you can just exclude the root and specify here whatever the demo or maybe subdomain you want to use it. You specify the branch name and then save. So you can see I have created the JAWS Prankthron 2021 demo avinashdalvi.com as a custom domain, and it is available under the same URL. So whatever I have shown you, you can see the demo here. That's about my session. So I have given the GitHub repo link, slides, and sample code. Here Amplify FAQs questions are there. Amplify console, the documentation is there. How to use the environmental variable documentation is there. I have written one small blog on the static hosting of Angular on AWS Amplify. You can refer this, and you can connect me over the Twitter, GitHub, and LinkedIn. Thank you.
Music's loud and I'm feeling alright. In slow motion, baby, it's just you and I. Yet the burn makes you feel so alive. And we live in the moment, so you can live it tonight. We're here now, let's party together. Let's live like tonight is forever. We're here now, let's party together. Let's live like tonight is forever. you move and how